To the beat of Calypso, I didn't lower than limbo. Inside of my island, of music and woman, just the one place for too long. I roaming like a brother. Hey, I did anything I go back. Hey, I'm going from friend to friend like a string from vine to vine. It's only Roman girl for my mind. Yeah, yeah. Another big tune player been singing from line to line. Yo, Soca land. Welcome to Soca land. Soca, Soca land. Welcome to my island. Soca, Soca land. Welcome to Soca land. Soca, Soca land. Welcome to my island. Take a jump up with me. Take a shot of the whiskey. Take a wet by somebody. I like you say. Take a jump up with me. Take a shot of the whiskey. Take a wet by somebody. And play yourself. Every man and woman wherever you're from. Welcome to my Soca land. Buy land, build house, stay long, long, long. In my Soca land, eat food, drink rum, and find a woman. In my Soca land, and if you love it, it's about
9 WEFM.
Activated Mornings on WEFM 99.9 is on now.
All right, so the time in SVG, it is 9:27, and we are back with you for another segment of our Activated Mornings program for a blessed Monday morning. A blessed Monday morning. All right, so in studio,
Yes, it's
Fantastic.
you know, we just can't say Happy Monday. The only time we say Happy Monday is Easter Monday and Carnival Monday. Everything else is a blessed Monday. All right, just saying.
I don't think it's so. Dianna means, you know,
Right. What do you mean?
your Lego aside, a blessed Monday morning. Ah.
I know, right? It seemed like something still lingering in her spirit.
Oh no.
So I
Yeah,
was
Nothing lingering.
I'm like, nah, it's not blessed.
Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, man.
It's giving fake it till you make it.
Not good, man. Not good. Not good. Now I did something incorrectly, and I was like, boy, how does I do that? So yeah, yeah.
Okay.
All right. So it's the three angels and Doc this morning. Somebody actually referred to us as the angels in the WhatsApp. So good morning to you. Big up yourself, Jeff. Big up Jeff and all the others who have joined the live or have message on WhatsApp, and those who are listening to us in Radio Land. All right. So we are in our Talk to Us segment for today, and we have an interesting topic for you. Oh, Lord. Am I even going to get this topic out? All right. Let's see. Hi, caller. Good morning.
Good morning to you.
Morning, Dave.
Well, you also to answer me, man.
No, we're waiting for you. We said morning already, so waiting for you.
I asked my girl there to give me help out when I was stuck for word. I ain't hear she like she in and out or something. But
Oh, you didn't hear me?
I love the kind of music, nostalgia, whatever you want to call it. It brings back memories, especially when you play Jimmy Cliff there. And I remember the last time I requested a tune. Christal, it was on the station, and you couldn't find the tune. So I have my favorite music that I love to hear as well. All genres of music, but more so when I need some comfort, some love, and all of that. So I want to request that tune whenever you can play it. We have got tonight. Ever heard about that one?
We've got tonight. Who needs tomorrow?
Ah, that's it. You're on the ball, man. Hey, so play that for me and you, boy. Play that. Since you're so good you're right on the ball. All right. Have a good day.
All right, Dave.
everybody.
All right, take care. All right, so yes, we are in the Talk to Us segment where we leave. What happened, Christal?
Sorry, nothing.
It's generally this session we leave open to you, the listeners, for us to talk about anything and just about any and everything. All right. Normally I would do a 10-second count, but all right. So we're going to talk on this particular topic, right? And the topic is, in a fractured parent-child relationship, who should initiate communication? All right. So to repeat it, in a fractured parent-child relationship, who should initiate communication? And this stemmed from an interview with Simone Biles. Now, if you know Simone Biles, she's the gymnast, an American gymnast. I think she is the most decorated gymnast for the Olympics, just generally, right? And she has had all right, let's play the video and then I'll give you a bit more history after. All right. So
I'm very proud of her, but I'm just still waiting, I would like to sit down and talk to you and answer any questions you may have, because I don't know what you've been told but, I want you to hear the real deal.
So you don't have like a direct number that you can...
I want to let her know that I love her.
Even reach out to her?
I do, but I won't.
Why not?
I want her to reach out to me. She's 27 now. She's married. I would like to have been a part of that, but I just have to wait for her.
all right, so to give a bit of a background, Simone Biles, so her parents, Simone Biles' biological parents, they were addicts, right? And her maternal grandfather adopted 2 of the 4 children when they were very young, which would be Simone and her sister. So she calls her grandparents her parents because they have formally adopted her, right? And she has no relationship with her mother at all. Now, coming out from this interview, so the mother conducted an interview wherein part of the interview stated that she would like for her daughter, which is Simone, to reach out to her. She's saying she's 27 years now. She doesn't know what she was told in the past. And she would like to have that relationship with her daughter, but she wants for Simone to be the one to make first contact. What are your thoughts?
That makes no sense.
I think in a relationship like this, it should be up to whoever is more mature and whoever feels more ready to come forward. That's what I think. Yeah.
So you're saying that, but in a case, might be a waiting game if nobody ever matures.
Well,
well, this in itself was part of a small reaching out. I think the questions being asked, the direct reaching out, it was putting it out there. Mm-hmm. In other words, Simone Biles would have heard this and say, oh, your mother is trying to reach out, but would like you. What the mother is saying, look, you have all right not to want to get in touch with me, but I'm looking for a sign that you're interested in reaching out to me. You understand? And who knows what might have happened before. There's really nothing wrong with that, but the question is whether it would work. In other words, Simone Biles may also want the mother to reach out to her many times. And, it's like dating somebody. You go out, you ask somebody for it. They say no. And you ask them again. I say no. And you ask them again, say, all right, I'm going to go on this occasion. So that it is something that unfortunately could mean, well, you're harassing me. What do you want? It's because I'm famous now. Now's the time you really want to reach me. All these issues intertwine with each other. It's very complex. But I would view this recording as being something of a type of reaching out.
Did you guys freeze?
Christal? Christal?
Did you guys just freeze up?
No.
Oh, you didn't
sorry.
hear me?
I guess it was me. Sorry. I think it's odd. It's odd. It's very odd to go on an interview and publicly state that you want your daughter to reach out to you first in an estranged relationship between yourself and your child. If it is that you are interested, then reach out. Why are you calling? It just sounds like a bit of an ego mixed up in there. And I don't know, maybe going based off the popularity of her daughter now, maybe some attention. It just doesn't really make any sense to me because one, you wouldn't make it public. And two, you would just do it. Just do it.
Yeah, I am of the opinion where in that fractured relationship between her and her mother, that the mother should be the one to make that first contact. But I don't think that doing it through the media is the wisest choice, right? Now, yes, the mother actually did say, when the interviewer asked her, don't you have her number? She says, yes, she has a number, but the mother has not used the number to call her. So why would you take it to the media, right? Now, the mother is actually in contact with her father, with which would be Simone's grandfather. But he hasn't.
But didn't Simone's, am I incorrect? Didn't Simone just recently have a bereavement? Huh?
No.
I don't know. I don't know.
I stand corrected with that.
Right. So even though the mother has access to Simone, she has never tried to reach out to her. And to come to do it in the media, to me, is what seems very suspect. I am wondering if she was looking for there to be sympathy on her behalf, in terms of persons maybe saying, okay, well, Simone, you're now 27, you're now a married person, you're now more mature. You should be the one to reach out to your parents. And for me, it's a no, right? Because I tend to think that whoever fractured the relationship or who caused for there to be a break in that relationship should be the one to reach out and to make contact. And I also have to add, to do it consistently. Because if you're going to just reach out to your child on a one occasion, thinking that that one conversation is going to change everything or erase everything and everything else that the child would have gone through in the past, it's not going to work.
All right. So, well, I understand where you're coming from, but I still believe that it should be whoever, because maturity is a strange thing, and you might find that the child may be, of a more mature mind than the parents. I just think that if I don't want to say you're the bigger person, but you're the more mature person. You feel you could just reach out and see what happens, because it could, like you said, it could be a case where I'm waiting on you and you are waiting on me. And if both of us are not mature enough, then I don't think we should be, or that we are ready for that conversation to happen just yet. So we might have to wait a little while longer in that case. But I still think that whoever is more mature should reach out first, because there would be something in you that would just, I don't know, allow you to say what needs to be said in the way that it probably needs to be said. Even if it's the child reaching out to the parent to say, listen, you need to take accountability for such and such, and I'm laying my cards on the table, I'm showing you what I need to show you, and then we go from there.
But you see, you keep
in
saying...
In general, not particularly for their case, but in general.
But you see, you keep saying more mature as well. Now, I could be very mature and still not want to have anything to do with my parents.
Well, then, if that is the case, then that is the case.
And in that way, there would never be any sort of relationship, because let's have already passed the worst. Or you coming back into my life or trying to come into my life is going to raise up an antness that I don't want to have raised, because I'm already settled in myself. Now, that is also me being mature, because I've already taken account of myself.
Now, listen, I have known so many cases of young persons who were adopted trying to find out who their real parents were, or hearing that somebody was their parent but was raised by somebody, and now want to reach out to that individual, whether a mother or father or something like that. And so in that way is the young person who is initiating that process. And how they do it, whether they pick up the phone and call, or they long stop the person, or they come up to the door and knock, or whatever. These things, the shock of sometimes these things is difficult and unexpected. Now, the parent, on the other hand, trying to reach out, it's also a cautious tale, And somebody say, "Bold, just walk up to the Simone and knock on the door and you have the phone number, call." The fear of rejection is something, and I think that what she say is saying, I could feel it. I want to know that you do want me, to reach out, and as soon if I get that, I'll call in a minute. Yes, and that's what we're debating. Should you? Or should you just call? Because the conversation that comes can be very different. Well, I am so and so and so. I know I haven't spoken to you for 20 something years and things like that. It's complex. Look all that.
No, Christal. Christal. All right. What it is that for me, the situation with this particular story in this particular instance is that the mother has the number, she has access to the number, but she has never used it. So that is why it is I'm actually questioning, does she really want to make contact with her child?
I think she does. The human
Yeah,
individual,
but then when you come to the
somebody-
media and say that you spoke about the fear of rejection. It looks even worse when you come to the media.
Yes. It is worse, but it may be the best method. And so Simone knows that the mother, and the way in it's not that Simone will call her first, but somebody will say, yes, you could call. It will be okay to call. And then she would call.
Now, that should have been a private moment then, Doc.
Maybe
It should have been a
private moment.
It should have been a private moment, but the private moment is much more unpredictable. If I were to come up to you and say, Ro, I like the way you look, and I want to have a relationship with you. You say, no, Doc, not at all. And I will put my tail between my legs and walk away.
Privately, yes.
Privately.
But if you do it publicly, what do you think will happen?
Privately. The amount of times in school and so you tell a friend, I like Ro, and so forth, and it goes around the school. I like Ro and so forth. So that's gone public. I'm talking about old-fashioned stuff, and the word comes back, she likes you too, and wonderful, and things start. But not knowing, if you say she hates your guts, you ain't going anywhere close to that. I am saying that this may be, on the face of it, probably the best method, because 20-something years, how do you account for that? Last year, the year before, and all this kind of stuff. How do you explain that? But knowing that there's an opening, it can change your approach. It softens the way in which you
yeah, then she should have gone through her father, which is the mother's father. She should have gone through her father. Because that's the in-between. You're using in-between.
That's what we don't know. Whether the father has disowned the daughter.
No. From other interviews, from another,
Yeah.
an extended interview from
tell you
that.
something.
Yeah, but
drug, substance abuse. Let me tell you something. The way that rewires the brain is unbelievable. You understand? Heroin, crack, all these other things. You don't imagine, bro. The thinking process is very, 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 very different.
then humbly put the same tail between your foot and you go and message or call your daughter directly.
Yeah, you should do that. That's
Right.
the standard way. That's the standard way. But think
but I
about
want
it.
to-
Think about it in real life.
And this is the
How
thing,
we
I
do it.
wanted to do it by extension, not just looking at the situation, because we know that there are many situations of persons who are now adults whose parents are trying to connect with them. And you have to ask the question, where have you been all this time?
Yes. That
Right?
comes up, yeah.
And it's not going to be easy. And I think that there are too many parents out there who think that it's okay for you to jump into your adult child's life and act like nothing ever happened.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
To act like nothing ever happened. And you cannot be upset when your child chooses
Rejects you.
not to have a relationship
Yes,
with
that's
you.
true. So therefore, finding out if there is an opening, if this is the right time, if in the morning, if in the evening, if on a Sunday or Monday, what is the best time and so forth, it helps because you could just call at the wrong time. Somebody's going out the door and you call. You know what I mean? What happens? Somebody call you, just going out the door to catch a plane and somebody calling you. I can't stop now and so forth. But it's somebody who's reaching out to you. They could feel, oh boy, I tried. It's funny. It's funny.
Yeah, it is. For me, I still stick with what I'm saying because I need to. For decisions like this, it is usually easier to say what you will do or what you won't do when you're not in the situation, and then you get there and you realize it is so different. So I need to analyze everything. I need to know what happened, what was the situation before I could say, this is the case. And then you understand why it seems, easier that the adult, that the parent should reach out for us, not all, as somebody said here, not older does not mean wiser. So even though they might be the older person, they really may not have what it takes to initiate the proper conversation.
And she
But
doesn't.
even for
the
me-
drug abuse, she's almost like another child. You understand? I'm telling you.
Yeah. But even for me in this situation, this is why I said who should repair it. Because for me, I'm saying whoever caused the relationship to be damaged should be the one to reach out.
Oh.
So it could also be a situation where,
I'll tell you
let's say,
something.
let's say the child has done something to the parent and the parent and the child no longer speak, then that child should be the one to reach out to have the conversation repair it.
You will find out in life, let me say, like in marriage, the woman is always right, or right most of the time.
I would not agree with that.
To say that the woman was the wrong, so she has to now come back and apologize. Sometimes to get things moving, you have to bite your tongue. You have to brace your back, straighten your back, and purse your lips. Don't say anything, and take it on the chin, because everybody goes through all sorts of different phases. So I'm saying we're talking about a lady who has been a drug abuser. I'm telling you, that's a complete complex situation.
She's been clean for a while, by the way.
Clean for a while.
But she did say that she would always be an addict, which is
she always been an, just like alcoholism and so forth, the thoughts and so forth. And what makes you an addict? There's a space. There's a space that needs to be filled by something. And whether it's filled by eating chocolate or filled by whatever it is, don't put the mother must be put down, but let's not write off. And I bet you may well find that Simone will eventually give some overtures, I would put it away, that I am ready to reach out because I'm curious,
Or she might be on the other end and say, well, I don't really need this connection.
We don't know yet, but I'm predicting. I've been going through a lot of these things that they usually come around Tuesday. Your heart isn't that hard. Can't be that tough and cemented that you
but you could also be dismissive of certain things.
Yes, you're hurt. You're hurt.
She could be either way.
You're hurt. But I'll tell you something. That healing that will take place. You see, the other day, Simone was having major problems with her athletics, and she had to hold off from the thing. JP Vance said, people praising Simone Biles for coming away from the games, World Games and so forth, as strength. He sees that as weakness. You understand? Did you hear that quote? Did you remember? Imagine he was criticizing her.
All right.
That because she took time off to deal with some of her own mental problems, it showed weakness rather than strength.
All right.
Anyway, let's not change this up.
All right. So we're going to call. I noticed that you came in, but sorry, we have to end this segment at this time. It is now call it on already. And we have to do community dateline. So this was just some food for thought. I know in everybody's situation it will be different, and how you choose to approach a subject like this would be based on where you are in your mental space. But this was our talk, so a segment on in a fractured parent-child relationship, who should initiate contact. All right, so we are ending today's talk to us segment, and then we are going to jump into today's community dateline right now.
Nothing else.